What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Steve, aka Coach, here to give you a preview of week 12 of the college football season. If you've been rocking with us all year, then you know how we do. If you're new, I look at a noon game, afternoon game, evening game, and then I give you a nightcap. So I'm gonna get right into it. The noon game. I'm here in Pittsburgh, site of a college game day and of the noon game that I want to really look at. Now, you have USF and Navy, as USF is now the owner of the quote-unquote Power 5 spot. And that'd be a game that you might want to peek over at in between watching Pitt and Notre Dame. This is a Pitt team, and I'm not just saying this because I live here in Pittsburgh, but this is a Pitt team that is really good. They have a really good defense, and the season turned around when they went to the true freshman, Mason Heischel. He has been electric, which is a good thing and a bad thing. I mean, because he is a true freshman, so he's made some great plays and some great throws and some great decisions, and he's made some really bad plays and really bad decisions, but that's life when you go to a true freshman at quarterback. Now, I think this Pitt defense is good enough to slow down, not stop, slow down Love and Price. So I think this could be a situation where CJ Carr's arm will win Notre Dame this game on Saturday, more so than the legs of their dynamic duo in the backfield with Love and Price. So I do think Pitt will play hard. I don't think they'll be in it. I don't think this will be a blowout, but I do think the Irish will get a win down at Acrisure Stadium. So moving to the afternoon, this is a game that has so many implications with the playoff moving forward. And the game I'm talking about, of course, is Alabama and Oklahoma. The Sooners have a pretty decent good defense, and they have a defense that is good against the run. And Alabama, for whatever reason, hasn't really ran the ball like you're used to seeing Alabama run the ball. And I think this is a byproduct of like just DeBoer spread it out, throw the ball type system, which I know for a lot of Alabama fans, and personally me, as a person who's watched a lot of Alabama football over the years, this doesn't look like a typical Alabama team. But this is the new Bama. They throw the ball a lot. Ty Simpson has been great throwing the football. But Bama has struggled to, when they need to line up and get 2 yards, they haven't been able to really do it consistently when pressed against it. Now, again, they've been winning, but there's something that they still struggle with in short yardage and getting those yards. So it'll be interesting to see against a Sooner team that defensively could make them kind of think about it. It's just one of those situations where I look at this Bama team, I look at Ty Simpson, and again, Ty Simpson has been great. If you've been following me all season, you know that I'm big on Ty Simpson. I think this Sooner defense can get some pressure on him and can force him into some bad decisions and some bad throws, like I said with the true freshman earlier. But I think Alabama wins this game. I think they win a close one at home. But this Oklahoma team, they're good. I'm a Texas guy. It hurts for me to say that, but this Oklahoma team is good, and it is right in front of them. If Oklahoma continues to win, and if they can win this game on Saturday, they'll be in the playoff. There's been a lot of talk about why isn't Oklahoma in. If they can win this game on Saturday, they'll be in. And then that'll be yet another SEC team in the playoff, much to the chagrin of a lot of people, because the SEC, just has all these teams in the playoff. Now, moving on to the night game. Speaking of the SEC, the night game that I want to highlight is my beloved Texas Longhorns versus the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, speaking of running the ball and not being able to run the ball, Texas has flat out just not been able to run the ball this year. They have struggled mightily. The offensive line, which has played better, they lack the fire off the ball that you would love to see in a team. And they've been fantastic in pass pro because Arch Manning has been able to look a little bit more comfortable throwing the ball. But when it comes to running the ball, like those 2 to 3 yards, like I was talking about with Alabama earlier, Texas definitely struggles in getting those 2 to 3 yards. And it's affected them mightily. When they needed to try to run the ball against Florida, they flat out couldn't. In a game where if they could have controlled the clock a little bit, maybe they would win that game. But then it goes down as a loss because they just weren't able to, to run the ball. So I do think that Georgia, again, you talk about a team that has it all in front of them, it's Georgia. If Georgia wins this game, they pretty much lock themselves, I think, into the playoff, regardless of what happens with the rest of the season against Georgia Tech and against whatever. I think this locks them into the playoff, and obviously it gives them a chance to win the SEC as well. Texas, I hate to be the bearer of bad news for a lot of people. Texas can lose this game and still have a path to the playoff if they can beat their rivals in College Station at the end of the year. Now, it is what it is. I know people think there's an SEC bias, but yes, even if Texas loses this game to Georgia, I do think they still have a path to the playoffs. So I'm sorry, don't kill the messenger. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but yes, you're not going to get rid of the Longhorns even after a loss on Saturday. So then, going to the nightcap. Look, BYU, TCU. TCU has become the most important team in the Big 12. Why? Because their next 3 games are against BYU Saturday. You have a game against Houston, and then you have a game against Cincinnati. So TCU actually can determine who plays Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship game, including themselves. If BYU can come out and play the way that I think they can play, I think last week was just they ran up against a better team. I think Texas Tech is just flat out, I think they're the best team in the Big 12, and I think BYU just played a team that is better than them. But we will see, because this is a TCU team coming off a real nasty loss to Iowa State last week. And I think they're good. I think they're good enough to make this a entertainment. You know, I think this is a game where it's like, hey, like I always say with the nightcap, if you're up anyway, you're looking for something to watch, turn on BYU and TCU. It could be fun. So that's all I got for this week, man. Enjoy the games, and we'll see you next week. Peace.